In Kansas City, culture lives here 24/7, and today I'm going to prove it. I'm Logan, host of the ArtsKCGo show, and today we are exploring 3 historic venues in Kansas City that you can go to see art. So from now, 7 p.m. to tomorrow, 4 p.m., we're gonna be deep in the art scene in Kansas City. So let's get into it. Iconic American novelist Ernest Hemingway used to call this building home. Now, it's home to some of the best comedy in Kansas City. With classes and shows for improv, sketch, and stand-up comedy, the Bird KC is Kansas City's destination for fans and performers of comedy alike. So what we both have in common is that we grew up here,
yes,
went to another city to learn comedy,
correct,
and are now back here.
Yes.
So what have you learned about Kansas City and the people who come through here? Like,
yeah,
what's the vibe here?
Kansas City supports Kansas City. Everyone comes here open to laughing, you know. Improv is one of the sillier of humor forms because you're playing pretend, you're being characters, you're pretending in this imaginary world we get to create with one another.
And the audiences like it. Y'all have been the best comedy venue in Kansas City for some years running.
So The Pitch and KC Magazine have voted us best of many categories, but we sum it up in a comedy club or comedy theater.
I think there's something happening here. There are an insane amount of talented artists in Kansas City, and we meet new ones all the time. This is a space that has encouraged people to find themselves. I've failed a lot here. It's taken away fear. It's helped sharpen me in lots of different ways.
And I saw there was a Hemingway hallway. Is that?
Mm-hmm. That came before us, so we haven't touched it as of yet to remind us, how many different artists and humans pass through life and end up in the same place through history. So,
cool.
Yeah.
The 2 comedy shows at the Bird were hilarious. With both long-form and short-form improv, they showcased how funny and talented Kansas City's local comedians are. After burning calories laughing, I needed a quick pick-me-up. The carbs from the pizza is making me tired, while the caffeine from the coffee is keeping me afloat, which is putting me in a really interesting liminal space that I feel like is perfect for some jazz music. Our next destination is the historic Mutual Musicians Foundation. By day, it's a museum dedicated to Kansas City's rich musical history. But on Friday and Saturday nights, it's home to some of the best jazz music KC has to offer. And it has been for over 100 years, hosting legends like Charlie Parker, who's widely considered one of the most influential musicians of any genre, and Count Basie, who defined Kansas City jazz by fusing blues and big band swing. The night's still young. This is going till 5 a.m., and we're gonna be here for all of it. So, Mutual Musicians Foundation, how long you been a part of it?
Man, I've been here almost 20 years, man.
20 years. What keeps you going after 20 years, staying up this late? What is it about the Kansas City community?
Man, it's the people. We get musicians from all over the country. You can get guitar players from New York. You can get, I've seen keyboard players come from Chicago. It's musicians building up musicians here in Kansas City. That's the key. We got high schoolers and middle schoolers in some of the programs, and some of the oldest musicians that we got, man, they're in the 60s and 70s. Some of them are on the walls here,
wow,
and some of them still come in and they play. And they're passing it on to the next generation. And that's what makes it nice.
We have a lot of different programs. A lot of kids learn here. 3 educational programs going on right now. And then other than that, it's a open rehearsal space, especially the members, but anybody that we appreciate and we respect.
Yeah.
This place gives me the opportunity to explore and take chances I normally wouldn't in certain scenarios, because I feel like this place is a breeding ground for opportunity to push things forward, push the genre forward as much as we can. Miles Davis doing that back in the day with the modal music, and then moved on to electronic music, trying to push the sound of jazz, and that's what jazz is all about, just creating and innovating.
Yeah.
Ernest, Kenny Watson, who's also a drummer around here too as well, Desmond Mason, who comes around. Those guys have really inspired me. They also give me a lot of opportunities here just to kind of be myself, also on the bandstand, while also still trying to hone my skills and develop me.
The energy from the Mutual Musicians Foundation kept us going through the night, and I stayed up to prepare for my audition for the Melting Pot Theater. But before that, we had to stop by Bissou. All right, we're here at Bissou. Very much puts Paris in Paris of the Plains. Auditions start here in just under 2 hours at the Melting Pot Theater, so got a little more caffeine and some carbs to keep us going. Built in 1910, this historic structure used to be stables for the Kansas City Police Department's horses. Now, the Just Off Broadway Theater, anchored by the Melting Pot Theater Company, is a place where actors can horse around. I'm kidding, I just haven't slept. Founded by Kansas City theater visionaries Harvey and Linda Williams, Melting Pot Theater Company showcases stories by Black theater artists and opens doors to professional opportunities in KC. My audition's gonna be at like the very end, 4 p.m. So we got about 6 hours to sort of scout out the lay of the land, talk to some other actors, maybe I'll get some advice. This is my first theater audition since high school, so it's probably a little different here. So yeah, excited to see what the community is like here. What would your advice be to a first-time auditioner?
It's gonna sound really cliche. Have fun.
Have fun.
Have fun.
Get it in your body. Make sure you stretch a little bit beforehand.
Put all of the focus, as much of the focus as you can, on who you're talking to, who you're performing for.
I see.
And as little as you can on yourself.
One of the things that Melting Pot is known for is really just incubating artists in our community who may not necessarily have formal training, but they have natural talent and they're self-taught. And we give them access to the stage, access to professional productions to be able to just grow their talent even more. We do have different programs, like we have a writer's intensive program for up-and-coming playwrights to be able to develop their work more, to be able to work with professional theater artists to develop what they have. We also have some youth programs to develop young artists as well.
It's kind of like a teaching theater, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Most definitely professional, but also they're willing to guide along the way. We have wonderful directors that are patient, and I feel like that has really helped expand craft and expand just ideas.
First, I have a monologue from my one-man show.
They make everything so safe. So being able to be seen, validated, and given that opportunity here has let me soar in so many ways. And it's given me the confidence to let me know I do have the ability to do big things in the theater world. I just haven't been able to really be given that opportunity. But here I have, and I've excelled so much.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the ArtsKCGo show. But as you can see, for the arts community, it keeps going. What struck me most about these 3 venues is they're all historical buildings, but they're all actively pouring into the future of the arts in Kansas City. Whether you are an aspiring artist or an audience member who wants to see anything that the art has to offer you, you can find it on ArtsKCGo.com.
We wanted to build a place in the Crossroads that wasn't just a place to consume food or beverage. Come join us, be a part of our community. It's really fun. If you just want to dip your toe in, we have free First Friday shows as a part of the Art Walk in the Crossroads. So pop in, see free variety show of stand-up, sketch, improv,
During the week, we have our museum hours. That's where people can come in and see the building. They can look at the walls. They can see some of the musicians. They can hear about some of the history of the foundation. And then on the weekends, that's when we have our jam sessions. Come on out, man. Fridays and Saturdays at 1:30 in the morning, man, we get kicked off and come and have a good time and hear some good music. Come and mingle, come network. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things, so.
We emphasize growing our artists. We emphasize giving them the tools that they need to succeed in other areas and other productions and just whatever they decide that they want to do with their creativity. We want people to know about the legacy that the Williams have started, that we are trying to push forward, because we plan to keep that legacy around for a while and just be the place for Black art, for culture, and just to be able to grow in this ecosystem.
That's awesome. Yeah.